This unit is all about banking and saving. So the first thing we're going to talk about is banking transactions. Banks and financial institutions are designed to be safe places for you to keep your money. A transaction is any movement of money in or out of your account. And there are three types of transactions in general. A deposit is an amount of money that you put into your account. A withdrawal is an amount of money that you take out of your account. And a transfer is an amount of money that moves from one account to another. Whatever type of transaction you're doing, it will be considered either full-service banking or self-service banking. Full-service banking is basically whenever you're using a human teller at the bank. So if you walk into the bank and you're talking to a person and they're helping you do your banking, that's full-service banking. Self-service banking, on the other hand, is sometimes called automated banking. It's when you're using an ATM, automated teller machine. If you're doing online banking, telephone banking, using your debit card, or even writing a check. Those are all self-service banking. You're doing it yourself. Speaking of writing checks, checks are one way to transfer money from your bank account to someone else's account. Bob needs to pay his brother Bill for some of his old clothes. He owes Bill $105.25, but doesn't have any cash. He decides to write a check. So, if you've never filled out a check before, this is what it looks like. It'll have your name or whoever owns the account with their address. You're going to start by filling in the date that you want to transfer the money. So let's say he wants to transfer the money in the year 2020 in the 5th month, so May 4th. That's just the day that I'm releasing this video. Then you have to write in this part, pay to the order of, that's the person's name that you're trying to transfer the money to. In this case, Bob Robertson is transferring money to his brother Bill. So we'll assume they have the same last name, and we'll write his brother's name there. The next part of the check is to write in the amount of money that you're wanting to transfer. So Bob wants to give his brother Bill $105.25. So he'll just fill in the amount here. Now the next part, and this is more of a security feature, is that you have to write out the amount in words. So we want $105.25. Now instead of writing 25 cents, checks always have it as a fraction out of 100. So this is how we would write this. 105, 25 out of 100. That's the 25 cents. Now you'll notice I put a line here. A lot of people don't know why you're supposed to put a line here. Well, that's just so that somebody can't slip in an extra number here and get more money than what you want to transfer. It's a security feature. So you want to make sure you fill the empty space with a line. The last thing you want to do is to make it official, you got to sign your name on the bottom. So this is Bob, so he'll sign his name, Bob Robertson. And that's how you fill in a check in case you ever need to write a check to pay a landlord or pay for anything else for that matter. Now the last thing I want to talk about with banking is something called monthly service fees. Many banks charge monthly service fees. It's supposedly a way to cover costs associated with maintaining accounts. Your monthly fee entitles you to a certain number of transactions. For each transaction over that number, you pay an extra transaction fee. So check your bank account statements. Each month, you might be getting charged a service fee. And you should also check into the details of your account because you might only be allowed to have a certain number of transactions. So you might only be able to use your debit card a certain number of times. And if you use it more than that, you might have to pay a transaction fee. So it's always a good idea to look into the details of your bank account to see if you're going to be charged any of these fees. And if you're not aware of them, you can look into other bank accounts that will allow you to not have any fees sometimes.